pilot saw a carrier burning. One pilot saw empty space. One pilot locked weapons on nothing. One pilot saw my face. By the third transfer, the operation had stopped being rescue and had become containment without walls. The Gemini held position with refuel arms extended, engine output minimized, and every internal sensor recording to redundant storage. I ordered the bridge crew to separate visual feed, instrument feed, and pilot testimony into independent channels. I wanted clean categories. I wanted the old discipline of sorting the impossible into boxes until it became manageable. It did not remain manageable. The second fighter reported that the Gemini had rotated 90 degrees against its own gravity vector. The third reported that the tanker had vanished, though our boom was still connected and feeding. The fourth saw Vesper's fighter explode 3 times in 3 different places. Vesper, who remained alive and stable enough to speak, saw the fourth pilot fire on a target none of us could detect. Range said close, optics said far, radar showed 6 ships where 5 fighters are. The squadron net bent and split at the seam. Every man flew inside a different dream. Conflicting realities, line by line. Every screen drew a different sign. Bearing wrong, distance false, orders breaking under pulse. I gave them headings, they gave me ghosts. I gave them formation, they saw different posts. Out in the dark where the signal bleeds, the mind becomes another feed. I placed the squadron in emergency static code, no maneuver without Gemini confirmation. No weapons free, no visual correction unless verified by 2 independent systems. I spoke slowly, giving commands as if each syllable had weight enough to keep them anchored. Some obeyed different versions of me. One pilot addressed me by a rank I had never held. Another asked why the Gemini's hull was covered in frost from bow to stern, though our exterior temperature read nominal. The silent 5th pilot finally returned to channel and asked for permission to dock with the carrier called Mercy of Dawn. There was no such carrier in our tasking history. There was no such contact in our sector. There was no such ship in our fleet registry. I heard my own voice answer him, but I had not spoken yet. It told him proceed to docking lane with perfect command dialect. I cut the channel open. I burned the false line through. But the more I corrected the signal, the more the false voice knew. Conflicting realities, line by line. Every screen drew a different sign. Bearing wrong, distance false, orders breaking under pulse. I gave them headings, they gave me ghosts. I gave them formation, they saw different posts. Out in the dark where the signal bleeds, the mind becomes another feed. Do not trust the stars. Do not trust the glass. Do not trust the shadow when it tells you ships have passed. Trust the checklist, trust the tone, trust the numbers that still stand alone. But when the numbers kneel and crawl, what does command become at all? The fourth fighter broke hold, not far, not fast, just enough to prove the pilot was flying inside an environment none of us shared. He pitched down toward an invisible horizon and nearly drove his ship across the Gemini's armored flank. I ordered thruster wash restricted, then authorized tractor correction. The tanker shuddered as we pulled him back from impact. Steel, saving a man from a sky that had never existed. The squadron's formation collapsed into proximity warnings, contradiction reports, and clipped breathing. No one screamed that made it worse. They were professionals. They were trained to describe what killed them before it did. Each report arrived clean, disciplined, and incompatible with the last. The anomaly did not need chaos. It used order as a carrier wave. Conflicting realities, line by line. Each man trapped in a separate sign. Bearing wrong, distance false, command degrading under pulse. I gave them headings, they gave me ghosts. I held a tanker at the post. Out in the dark where the signal feeds, as the mind becomes another need. All further refueling. Then the Gemini's internal tanks updated their inventory. We had transferred less fuel than recorded, and more than physically possible.